Let's take a deep dive into the score report of a two-star school to better understand the quantitative part of Nevada's holistic approach to measuring school performance. After stakeholder meetings across the state, policy achievement level descriptors were created to define performance expectations for each of the 5 star ratings. These policy descriptors are succinct and clear, linked to the state's goals, and identify the most critical outcomes for each performance level. A 2-star rating identifies a school that has partially met the state standard for performance. At a 2-star school, we would expect to see students and subgroups inconsistently meet expectations for academic performance or growth, and the school may have multiple areas that require improvement. Additionally, some areas may require significant improvement. Such a school would be required to submit an improvement plan that identifies supports tailored to subgroups and indicators that are below standard, and a 2-star school that is not improving is subject to state intervention. Schools earn points on the different indicators for things like academic achievement, student growth, and school quality. The total points add up to an index score. To dive deeper into how these points were earned, check the point attribution tables available online at nevadareportcard.com. But as a reminder, full points are earned when a school meets the state's 2022 long-term goals, half points for meeting the 2017 state goals, and minimum points possible by performing at the 15th percentile of statewide student performance. Let's take a closer look at a school report and find out why this school is a 2-star school. We'll start with the academic achievement indicator. This school has earned 11 out of 25 possible points for this indicator. Their math proficiency rate is at 34.9%, which is below the state's expectation of 42.9%. 51.2% proficiency for English language arts is just below the state's expectations of 52.4%. A pooled proficiency rate of 43.1% is just below the 2017 measures of interim progress, earning the school 8 points for their pooled proficiency rate. In addition, 44.9% of their third graders are passing the state's English language arts assessment, showing progress with their Read by 3 initiatives, and thus earn 3 out of 5 points possible for this measure. Let's look at another indicator to make sure we understand how to interpret these reports. Overall, this school has low student growth or progress, especially with math. Their Math Adequate Growth Percentile, AGP, is the percent of students on track to become or stay proficient in 3 years. Both this measure and their Math Median Growth Percentile, MGP, or the average student growth rate, are below performance expectations, with students performing below the 15th percentile of statewide student performance in both measures. Now let's look at their English language proficiency indicator. The school is performing at a rate slightly above other elementary schools in the district and above the 50th percentile of statewide student performance. This rate is showing that just below half of their English language learners are on track to exiting EL services. Let's move on to the Closing Opportunity Gap indicator. This school is unable to close opportunity gaps with prior non-proficient students. Just 11.9% of the students who were non-proficient in math last year are on track to becoming proficient. This rate is far below the minimum performance expectations set at the 15th percentile of statewide student performance. However, 1/3 of their students who were not proficient in ELA are now on track. Now, let's look at their student engagement indicator. Students here come to school. They have a nationally recognized and commendable low chronic absenteeism rate of 3%. This school has not earned the climate survey bonus points for this year because they failed to meet the 55% participation rate threshold. In order to receive these 2 points next year, they will have to make a big jump to increase their participation rate to 75%. As we have described, this is a 2-star school because they are partially meeting the state's performance expectations. And there are some areas that are below expectations, but not all areas. Be sure to check other videos in this series for help interpreting score reports at other star levels or to understand specific components of Nevada's school performance framework. All videos can be found at the Department of Education's Accountability webpage.